All right, hello everyone. We are setting up here for Pro Guide. I got right now. I have a Quasar ball on. Probably going to go with that. We'll see. Might need a little bit more power than that to go for this. What I like to do is let me check this out real quick. .29 accuracy, okay. So it usually plays very downwind on this first hole. And that's something that you always want to keep in mind. And so even though you see a 6 wind, and your ring adjustment's about 2.4 per ring, you don't want to play it only 3 rings here. In fact, I think, I can definitely kill this ball with a Titan, no question. I usually play it a little bit closer to 1 per ring on a Thor, which means for an extra mile, maybe 4 rings, maybe 1.5 per ring. And I'm just trying to, more than anything, just kind of put it in play towards the green, and hopefully skip it off the rough here. There's not going to be enough power. You would need to go at that with a berserker. But here's the thing, it's really hard to decide what's going to be easier. The crosswind pitch from the fairway over there to the left. And here you see my opponent going to go for it. He has a little bit better driver. I would do it with a Titan if it was me, as opposed to what you see my opponent doing. He's actually creating more wind resistance. It's going to make it harder to skip the bunker with doing it this way. Let's see what he gets. Yeah, coming up short, but it is staying in the rough, so that's going to make his pitch actually very easy. So he did kind of luck into that a bit. That pitch will be very straightforward, plus very straight wind as well. In terms of how much I usually play here, not really sure. Maybe 1.5 per ring on a Malibu. So there's 3, maybe 6, maybe about a ring. That's what I might do for this adjustment. It's probably going to be more or less pretty good. So let's try right around there. And it's, it comes down to perfect ball. If you don't get your perfect ball, probably not getting the pitch. You see, I really didn't touch my spin there. I just kind of wanted it to have a chance to go in, especially with not being able to really see the full run out. But as I mentioned about this pitch here, it's going to be real straightforward and easy. I wouldn't recommend creating all that extra topspin. You really didn't need it. You can see how the guide was going past the hole. It's just kind of a strange thing to do. With no topspin, it was virtually the same guide. So, especially when we're talking about small winds, you really don't need to do all that. And, whether or not you hit perfect ball out of the sand or the rough iron, that's going to kind of dictate whether or not you usually make that. Whereas if you're looking at going for the pitch out to the left with a short iron, by laying up, it's going to be very technically hard to make it, especially with a crosswind. You can still get it. And it's just kind of one of those debatable things as to what to do, especially in pro, because I feel like you don't have enough wind to really command that hole. So you know, it can be a little bit tougher figuring out a game plan. And let's take a look at this. So what you're going to see me do here is maybe about 4 backspin. I try to land very close to the fringe edge. So you're going to see me play away from the bunker, kind of like this. And I usually add a little bit, so at least 10%. So if this is usually 1.7 per ring, I'm going to go probably 4 rings here. Go about 4. Additionally, you could see that I was probably going to need to max curl this. So that's what I'm doing. I'm putting max curl on. Let's see where the second bounce is. That's pretty good. That's usually where I like it. Had I not great balled it, it might have been a pretty good run out towards the hole. And there you see I'm just missing just a little bit to the right, but all things considered, not a very bad shot. You see my opponent has a sniper here. Going to be a little bit easier for him to execute with a kingmaker. So that is one of the nice things. But one of the things that you can't forget is to make sure that you do an overplay on your wins. You can't just play it per ring. So let's see what you can see. That's what happens if you play it per ring. That's virtually what happens every time. It kind of shoots towards the back of the green. It only takes a couple yards coming in long, say 3 yards, for that to happen. So there you're seeing my opponent go long, and like I mentioned, you know, it's the difference in about 3 yards. It's not very much for that to happen, and that's why people have so much trouble on that hole. And you know, keeping those things in mind and setting up your second hop very similarly to mine, like towards the front of the fringe, like what you saw. You know, I just try to hit it right off the fringe for my second bounce with about 4 backspin, and you can see it still has a nice amount of run out toward the hole. So using those tools, you can really do well on that shootout. But all things considered, you know, I'm going to put this video out for you guys, and you'll at least see, you know, the way to go about doing that approach if you do so choose to go for the green and, you know, go for the short bunker pitch or short rough pitch, whatever have you. As you can see, if you only have an extra mile 5, you're going to have to do something more than what I did I'm never going to get to the fairway. I would need a berserker ball, or, you know, you have to have a little bit better extra mile at the very least. Thor's hammer, something else. I'm basically, if I go that way, it's just for a bunker pitch, rough iron pitch, and that's best case scenario. So good luck if you do so choose to go that way. Otherwise, I'm going to try my best to just do a layup shot for you guys later and show you that way. So good luck. See you guys next time.